Hi, welcome back to Feed the Beast. Wonder if you can guess what this means. A barrel full of tower wood. Yep, the idea that I talked about, I discussed it with my son, and he agreed that he thought that would look excellent on the inside to just have this kind of vertical wood panelling. So here we are, we've got the turtle running with the program he wrote, with my help, but yeah, he actually did write it. He found it very difficult, but I'm a programmer, that's my job, so trying to help him learn things like that. But yeah, we'll basically put, I'll show you over here, covers on the outside. No, not there, here we go. So there we go, we had some covers there, and it's built the tower wood on the inside. The other thing is it's a lot harder. It's really hard to break, actually. I mean, it's like this maze stone as well. It's really difficult to break. In fact, the only thing we've found that breaks it instantly so far is the mining laser. So, you know, it kind of just protects the house. So yeah, this little guy, see how much he's used. If we can actually, oh, there we go. Yeah, he's used 5 stacks already, so he'll probably run out before he finishes 9 layers. We asked him to do 9 layers, which is quite high, but you know. And actually, I'm going to pop round and add some torches, because when we took down all the sandstone, obviously all the torches came down as well. So try and reduce the number of mobs that are dropping on my head when I'm working downstairs. I mean, that won't be a problem once it's all finished, but while we're building, it is a problem. So yeah, I'm going to show you what I'm working on at the moment. I'm trying to show things in progress a little bit more. I tend to work on things, get them all working, and then just kind of show you, a bit like Blue Peter. Here's one I prepared earlier. But yeah, I'm trying to automate some of the basic processing that I'm doing with, I mean, I've got the stuff with the macerator and the extractor, compressor, and the furnace all automated. That's nice and easy. I understand that, so that was nice and easy to automate. But now I've got a blast furnace and a grinder, and some things I want to use those for. And I want to automate that. Also, I want to automate things, some things going in the centrifuge. So let's show you what I'm doing. So it's all behind here, and the amount of times I've reconfigured all these pipes. I've added a new sorter, so this is currently only set up for bauxite and redstone, but we'll have more stuff in there. So now everything has to go along these tubes and stuck. Come on, let me out. Along the tubes up in the roof, and they come in here and then they go back. So things coming from the farm, in fact things coming from here as well, have to go quite a long way. So maybe I should move this sorter. I don't know. I did have it over there, but then it has to go a long way to get things in here. Not really sure. I should certainly make a shortcut from these two chests here. Yeah, that's not needed anymore. Can get rid of that. Usually I have 2 ender chests here, but the other one is actually up there. That's the one the tower wood's coming out of. We just basically set up a quarry on top of a dark tower, so we'll have lots of tower wood. Yeah, so here we go. I've built another blast furnace and another grinder, and another chemical reactor, and a industrial centrifuge as well. So let's put that on there. Try again. On there like that. Now this has a transformer upgrade, so this one's getting powered from this MFSU, because things take a lot of EU in the blast furnace, so I need to make sure that doesn't like drop. I don't want to power it directly off the main line, but the main line will power this, And so yeah, the industrial grinder and the blast furnace both take 128. So does the chemical reactor, but this takes 32, which, since it's the same tier, is quite annoying. I have now blown up 3 of these things by chucking 128 into it by accident, or even 512 once. Very annoying, because they're actually quite fiddly to make, so it's a pain. And here's the other side of the contraption, which takes in the crack sand. So I'll probably run crack sand down there as well. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will move this. Put it over this side at least. But then the output has to kind of double back. So, I mean, the issue is where I've got this sorter here. If I could just move that, if I could put that over here, well, I could, really, couldn't I? But I really don't fancy doing this again. not right now, anyway. So I think I'll get it working. I'll stop faffing around with the where all the tubes go. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. So basically, the stuff to be done has to go in the top, and I'm using the relays just to buffer if there's no space. And if there's different items going in. And then to get things out, I'm actually going to use wooden pipes, relays, because you can't get automatic versions like I made automatic versions over here. And I am wondering if I don't need these relays. Can the output go straight into the pipe? I should test that, really. So let's test that right now. So this is a furnace. Let's get rid of this and just put a pipe in there instead. I don't seem to have any. Where are they? There we go. 60 should do. And yeah, the base is actually getting a little bit laggy, as you can probably tell. It's even worse when I'm recording. That's going to go straight into there, so let's just take that off for now. You can see that these are the faces here that the stuff comes out of. So what shall we cook? What have we got that we can cook? Nothing at the moment. That's easily solved. These tubes, they do get in the way. So yeah, I had to take out this wall and the gadgets that I had in the wall. I'll put the aqueous accumulator actually on top, so you can see the water blocks on top of the grinder. I don't know why I put it in the back wall. I was just, I guess, playing with covers holding the water back. Right, so what was I doing? Yes, testing this. So if we put that piece of cobble in, it should come out the other side. Might take up to a minute to do so. So the stone should come out every minute. They'll check and push something out. So I guess I should come back and check that in a minute. One thing that I showed in the last video, but then forgot to come back to, was these. These just set up a load of fabricators, and you can see what they fabricate up here. I didn't want to automate this stuff; it just wasn't worth it. But I am building quite a lot of the red power stuff. So what I've done is I've just got the recipe in here. I've got it pulsed, and I've got kind of a stack or two of each of the things that I need. So that makes filters, and filters are an ingredient in the sorting machine. So let's make one. You can see the stuff pops up, and that will actually grab one of the filters I've made in here. And then a manager, that needs a sorting machine. So it also needs a regulator, which needs an item detector. And then on the end I've got these relays being made, and also a transposer which is used in the relay. The only thing which doesn't get made is these buffers. I just made a load, although I've gone through loads of them in there. How many have I got in here? 19. Yeah, I need to make a load more buffers. I made a stack and a half or so. Guess that wasn't enough. So yes, anytime I want, I can just press the button. Let's say I've run out of filters, press the button, and it makes another filter. So it's nice and convenient, just saves me a bit of time making all the red power machines. The main thing that I need to fill them up with is those red dope wafers. So let's see, is the stone still in there? Yes it is. So yeah, I must have tested that before. It's definitely been over a minute, so definitely needs the relays. Oh, whoops. Yeah, so I'll fix that, and I'll get back to you when I've built more of this machinery behind here. Right, well this is about 2 days later. I've been very hard at work building all the machinery behind here. As you can see, there's a lot to it. And I do apologise if this video turns out to be a little bit more jerky than usual. My frame rate has dropped somewhat since I've got a lot of things moving around these tubes now. I wanted to do another checkpoint in between, but I just got carried away with it, so I've pretty much finished everything. So I'd like to give you a guided tour. So we have a blast furnace on the back of where you see the blast furnace at the front, and a grinder similarly, and then we have a chemical reactor in there and a centrifuge there, and then at the end here that's a plate bending machine. Okay, so that's most of it, and basically to get the things in there I've added another sorting machine. This was in 3 different positions before I finally decided to put it here, and what it does is anything that isn't in this, marked in this area here, gets marked as white and just goes into the other sorting machine that hasn't changed. And then these things are centrifuged, these are go into the chemical reactor, these have other things, they actually get sent to another sorting machine. These go to the grinder, and these go to the blast furnace. And I do apologise for the pig, or pigs. Stop making noise, thank you. Right, so as you can see, those are going red, they're off to the blast furnace. And I do wish that the sorting machine had a little bit more space. As you can see, it's I mean, I can't add anything more to this row without taking one out of this row, which is quite annoying. Anyway, they all come along this tube here and go into... Whoops, let me get on top of here if I can. What am I hitting? I don't know what I'm hitting there. I need to get on top of here. So yeah, I moved the Aqueous accumulator on here, and this is where all of the items come along, and we've got red, orange, blue, black, and I did have them going straight into relays, but that didn't work. And the reason that didn't work is, if we have a look at what's going on in here, bauxite dust, if you put a stack in there, it will process and leave 4, I think. Basically what happens is sometimes it's not a factor of 64, so it leaves some dust in there, and I'll just sit there. And the way I solve that is by using a turtle. So I have a machine supplier program that I wrote, and what it does is when it detects that the machine's not on, it pulls whatever's in the machine out, stores it away here. I just didn't want it getting into a loop, so it puts it back in the first slot in the chest, and then just takes it back and puts it in the machine the next time. So it kind of just builds up these dusts. If the machine hasn't done anything for a while, it'll reset and just dump these all back into the chest. If it fills up all 14 slots it has available, it will dump them back in the chest as well. So made gold chests, so they have plenty of room. I didn't really need to, it's overkill. Could have used wooden chests, but you never know. I might go quarry mad one day. The way that the turtle can tell if the machine is on is by using these detector cables. I've just used a little bit of redstone wire. So I'll put the turtle program I wrote on Pastebin, and I'll have it in the description if you're interested in using it. So let's have a look at this. This is, if I told you at the other sorter that the grey pattern goes into this sorter. It's just I needed a few more machines, and I'd run out of slots on there. What I may need to do, although it's going to be difficult, if I need to split things up even more over there, I'll need to allocate another. One of the machines will need to come out of the output of here. But anyway, this is for the empty cell return. The cracked sand now will automatically go in here, although I don't know how much I'm going to use that. I've got loads of the dust that I needed. And then we've got aluminium, titanium, tungsten and platinum. And it seems that since the update, they don't really get used until they've been bent into plates. So they go straight into the plate bending machine and then get stored away. Yeah, so it's taken a long time. I can't believe it was so quick to explain. But that's it really. There's a few little extra bits, like here. Instead of just coming out, I use these wooden pipes and the autarkic gates to pull things out. Using filters and timers, I didn't want to go down that route. These take up less space. But they have to go into a relay. And if we look at this one, it's just straight into a relay and straight to this return pipe, and that goes back into the sorting system. So all of this processing is based on you process something and then you send it back in to get resorted. It might need processing again. In fact, some things go through 3 or 4 stages. So to work out the sorting, I'd have to kind of like centrifuge something, take all the outputs, work out what I wanted to do with them, and put them in the relevant slots in the sorters. But here, this is a little bit different. Both the chemical reactor and the grinder can actually output these little tiny piles of dust. So I've got a sorting machine that takes those and marks them with a colour black. I could have used a filter, but I'm already up to 15, so a filter wouldn't have been good enough. And then or big enough, should I say. And then I've got one of these GregTech crafting tables, auto crafting, and if you switch it to the mode to this dust, it will actually put together, it'll store up and then put together the tiny piles of dust when it's got 4 of them. And that's dragged out and just sent to the return pipe there using this relay. Most things just get marked as white, go back into the return pipe via this relay. But the trickiest thing is to make sure that I don't run out of cells. I've already made countless stacks, but probably about 15 stacks of them just to keep all this machinery running. I mean, sometimes they get filled with something I want to keep, but certainly the compressed air cells I'm not interested in keeping, so they go straight into auto crafting table. And then below here, I'll just break this. We've got an autarkic gate which pulls them out, sends them down that gold pipe, and they end up going. They end up going up into this relay here, and this is the relay that keeps the both the centrifuge and the chemical reactor stocked with empty cells. I've also got it coming from here because one of the reactions gives these hydrogen cells which can produce power in a gas turbine. So that's a gas turbine, and the output of that is connected underneath all here to this MFE, which is never filling up at the moment because I'm constantly processing. I'm processing all the stuff that I've gathered over the past 2 months on this server that I haven't processed manually. So it's filling up the MFSU, but it will eventually fill up. So I didn't want to waste the power, and when they're used, the empty cells need to go back in here. But as you can see, this is already empty. I am in danger of needing to create even more cells, which I'm actually running short on tin. It used to be the thing I had the most of, and I was short on copper and gold and iron, but not anymore. I'm now short on tin. So, go figure. Anyway, yeah, that's the new system. I'll just show you this old sorter. So this has macerate, extract, and then there's two lots of macerate and smelt, and then all these ones get smelted. And I've replaced a couple of these native clusters with things that are more useful, because I never actually use, I don't like these native clusters, I think they're rubbish, so I never actually use my pickaxe of the core anymore. So I have actually got 3 free slots there, and I cook the food as well. Oh, yes, this pyrite ore, and I should also mention this basalt cobblestone. That's a good way of getting olivine dust, which you can use to make some of the GregTech technology. So I've added that in there. And also platinum, and there was a problem with that, because this I set up a long time ago, and where I needed a 2-stage processing, I'd put 2 machines next to each other. So we've got a pulverizer and a furnace, and around here we have a macerator and a furnace, so it would just do it all in one go, and then it didn't send it back in to be resorted. So that was you know, a different concept, much simpler. But when you've got 3 or 4 stages, it's, you know, it's not practical. I didn't want to set up machines for every sort of processing chain. So to solve that problem, I added this relay. So this intercepts, essentially, oh goodness me, sorry about the thunder, the pigs and the skeletons. I don't control these things. So platinum, basalt and tungsten, they need to be processed again. So tungsten gets turned into an ingot and then rolled into a plate, as does platinum gets rolled into a plate, and yeah, basalt gets centrifuged. So that just intercepts here. Basically, as long as they see the filter as a valid destination before they get to this relay, they'll actually go up here, and this is back into the sorting system. So everything practical. I mean, there's a few things I haven't done yet. There's this sodalite ore. I haven't figured out what I want to do with that yet. And the same with uranium. Don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. So there's a few things, but I've worked out most of the things. And I've kind of tried to show you while we've actually got things moving around and processing. But I've gone through all of the bauxite and pyrite. You can see there's quite a lot of more of these crystals now, because I was using these barrels for things that I'm now processing automatically. So I don't need the barrels anymore. And yeah, here's the saltpeter dust for making gunpowder. I've got quite a lot of that, so I won't be getting any more cracked sand. I don't really need the power generation. So while I was making all of this, it was a lot of work. I really had a lot of fun, but I also had a couple of mishaps. I blew up basically, I think 3 of these centrifuges just while testing out things. I connect it to the wrong power and it would blow up. I also blew this up, the MFSU here, which was really annoying because I didn't even realise, and I've still no idea how I managed to do that. I just found all my cable was gone and the MFSU was missing. So that was a bit annoying, because I was actually almost done, just fixing the last bugs. And yeah, this blew up and I lost the 10 million EU in there. And I just ran out of power, so I've actually added these diesel generators here and over here, and I'm not going to keep them running all the time. They're nearly out of the fuel now that I put in. I filled all 7 of them up. I've still got another 18 of them. I don't know what I'll use those for. But just while I was processing, 2 or 3 months worth of backlog of material, that just added a little bit of extra power to keep me going. So out the front here, I've rearranged the sorting a bit. We now have aluminium turned into aluminium plates, and we have different plates where the ingot isn't useful. We have these carbon cells and some of these mercury cells. That's the mercury cells is where a lot of the cells are being used up and held. I also replaced the assembler with this chemical reactor, and I've been making these methane cells. I actually spent 2 hours trying to automate methane cells to turn all of those, are they helium or hydrogen? I can't remember. The ones that are going into the gas turbine into methane, because you actually gain power. The methane gives out more power than it takes to process. But it was just a pain to automate, and I thought, why am I doing this? It's not really that important, just to get a little bit more power. So I stopped that. So other things that we've done. It's raining, but let's go up and have a look. The turtle has finished building the walls up. I don't know if they'll need to be a bit higher. I've started building the floor in my part of the base, the marble floor. I think it looks okay. It looks very plain. I'm definitely going to use some probably wool covers just to act like carpet, and I still need to integrate the doorway. And my son's actually been covering the outside with covers. He did most of this. I did the bottom row. So he's done a great job there. And yeah, we'll be doing more on the house, getting it finished. And I'm looking forward to creating my Thorncraft lab here. The main thing I need to do next is actually cut holes for windows, which the only way to do it in a reasonable time is actually to use the mining laser. So it's got a use. You also may notice it's a little bit foggier, or things aren't appearing as quick. Frame rate has dropped enough that with my pretty old computer, I'm afraid I've had to go to a short render distance. But no, that's the price you pay for building lots and lots of machinery. I'll just last word before I finish the video about that contraption up there. One of the things I thought I'd do was convert reeds into sugar, and then if we look at what sugar can be used for, so let's look at the uses of sugar. You can process it in, and what you get out of it is these carbon cells, which I wanted to mix with the hydrogen to make the methane. And this is fine. I mean, it takes a lot of sugar, so that's a lot of reeds. The biggest problem is it produces these water cells, and I tried for ages to try and figure out a way of emptying the water cell, and keep the cell, because I couldn't afford to lose 4 tin every time. I've only got 4 stacks left, and I just couldn't find a way. I tried everything. I built a small tank and had a deployer, and then I noticed that even when I did it manually, when I put it into a tank, you lose the cell, you don't get it back. So yeah, that was a complete dead loss, and I have a stack and a bit more of cells full of water. I mean, you'd think that emptying a water cell would be a lot easier than emptying any of these other cells, but apparently not. I don't know why that is. So the last problem I've got is that I want to put the assembler here, but I don't want to be able to see past this chest, which means I put this cover behind and I can't get the wire in there, so I've got no way of powering it easily. So that's the last problem I need to solve. Maybe if I don't know, I need low power, so I could put another transformer in there, run it up where that torch is. But I think that would finish it off nicely. And then, after I've done that, I need to figure out what I'm doing with the ceiling and do these 2 sections here. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. As I said, I'll put the ComputerCraft program in on Pastebin, and I'll provide a link to it in the description. It's pretty obvious how you use it, I hope. Do let me know if you have any comments. I'll quite happily help. Anyway, that's it from me. Goodbye, until next time.